Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. These are my executive producers, the Nutty Putty, the EP. This is episode 324. Today's episode, we'll get into the 2025 NFL Divisional Breakdown Series continuation with the AFC East. We've got a head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 college football Parallel Universe Champions, and a blind 5, courtesy of Nevada. Without further ado, how you doing this evening, Nevada?
Pretty good. I had a kind of a shitty day for most of the day, but then I realized I was probably just hungry. Is there anything better to change your mood in the positive other than getting some food when you didn't realize you needed food?
I mean, it's up there. It's on Mount Rushmore.
I mean,
you know,
first thing that came to the head was a nice foot rub. Changing out of wet clothes. That's not the first thing that came to my head, but
it's not for any man ever.
Yeah, I was not having it, and then it was actually barbecue. Somebody brought in barbecue, had some barbecue, and I was like, you know what? 180 degrees. I feel a lot better right now.
Yeah.
Was I just hungry? Was I just hangry?
That's what it is.
Did you just say 180 degrees?
Yeah. Turn around.
I thought he was talking about the weather outside. I was like, oh, you dead.
Oh.
You were just dead.
Boiling out here.
I was like, whoa, all right. Real hot. How you doing this evening, Eric?
Good, man. Just excited for another episode and creeping away towards football season. It's an exciting time, dude. It's exciting time to be alive.
Ready to get to bed?
Definitely, dude. I did so much today. It's not even funny, dude. I woke up. Now I'm ready for sleep.
Box checked. Woke up. Time for bed.
Yep.
I don't know what more you could possibly accomplish in a day.
His to-do list is super short.
Hey, but he always knocks it out of the park.
100% every day.
Batting 1,000, dude.
You're like Shohei with his crimes.
Dude there's going to be a documentary in the future, and it's going to be gnarly.
Yeah, a 30 for 30 about Shohei and his shady multi-million-dollar doings.
I'm just saying, if there's ever been anybody who's the Hillary Clinton of baseball, it seems like it's fucking Shohei Ohtani at this point. Just need one or two bodies to pop up with, single car accident with gunshot to the back of the head, suicides, and Shohei, what are you doing?
They about to call him Major League Baseball's Hiroshima.
That's funny.
Is he baseball's Yakuza?
He might.
Bro, the way he out here swinging that thing, like, it certainly seems like it.
And doing it, not scared of any repercussions.
Nah, because he has Fall Guys, bro.
Fall Guys everywhere, and he'll just go to Japan if it worst comes to worst.
He gave his boy $6 million and then gave that man 15 years in prison. Thanks for betting for me. Also, you're locked up. And now we got a $240 million business deal. I'm going to kick y'all out, and we're going to keep moving forward so that way my profits are higher because I have less to split with. But
man,
he just has baby face and he seems all, but we forget just because he doesn't speak English. Like, I bet you everything he says in Japanese is fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah, he's real diabolical.
Yeah.
He's out here trying to lure us to sleep with his amazing baseball schemes.
Well, he
skills.
plays for the evil empire, so I think this is on track.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right in, dude.
He tried to distract us and say, "Look, I'm an angel," but we know he's just a prison dodger. Come on, that was high level, boys. That was high level. Come on.
That was on the spot. That was pretty solid right there.
I was like, damn, nothing? Jeez. All right, tough crowd. Let's get it head to head.
All right. So last week was week 31. Not a good week for the pod, man. Not a good week for the pod. Jermaine and I both went 0-3. That's going to put Jermaine at 32-61 on the season, up 16.22 units. That's going to put me at 41-52, up 46.74 units. And then Nick and Nevada both went 1-2, and putting Nick at 34-59, up 28.18, and Nevada sitting pretty in the lead with both victories at 42-51 and units up 55.34.
I should probably start taking this seriously, huh?
Yeah, it might be time. He's starting to get a nice little cushion for all of us here.
I don't know if I can catch that win-loss record unless he goes full Justin Herbert in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and get into pop culture pick'em. All right. Today's topic is top 5 college football Parallel Universe Champions, or however Eric wrote it on top of the list.
What? I put Parallel Universe College Champions.
Yeah, but so we're including basketball too?
Oh, my bad.
No, I didn't even know how you wrote it before. I was just like, as I was saying it, I was just like, I might be saying it totally different than how Eric wrote it.
There it is. Top 5 Parallel Universe College Football Championships.
Yeah, because we know Eric's first pick if this was basketball.
Yeah, North Carolina versus Villanova. Suck my nuts.
Yeah, all I said was we know your first pick. Why the hostility? God damn.
All right.
We're trying to work here, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
so
right. Get him, Eric.
Get him. Sick him. I have the first pick, and I love this one. I'm going to go with the 1982 SMU Pony Express.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, obviously, I got to stand here. It was one of the worst days of all time, but I'll go with the 09 BCS championship. Texas should have beat Bama.
Weren't you a Carolina fan?
Yeah.
Don't start your bullshit, dude.
My bullshit.
Yeah, your bullshit. Don't start it.
Oh, okay. Real interesting. I'll go with 2022 TCU.
Nice. Georgia. Isn't it like the worst beatdown of all time in a championship game?
Yeah, but that's also one of the best college football teams ever put together.
No, yeah, of course. Yeah. But 65-7, that's...
It was over after the first quarter.
Yeah.
There was a first quarter? Oh, it's still me.
It still is.
Yeah, then I'm going with 2000 Florida State for obvious reasons. Eric, would you like to tell me what those obvious reasons are?
2000?
Yeah.
Who did they play in 2000? Was it because it's fucking Oklahoma, that's why. Yeah.
That's why I went to you, dog. I thought you would be on it.
Wow, dude, I don't remember these things, dude. Man. Trying to think here. Oh, you know what? Because it would have been nice to see them win it. Let's go with the 2014 Oregon team. Would have been nice to see them win one.
They lost to Cardale Jones. That's on them.
Should have been your first clue that Mariota wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, dude, 1,000%, dude.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with 2025 ASU.
To beat Texas?
Just run through it all, win it all. I don't care who they had to beat. I think it was just a fun team, fun story.
Yeah, that's a 2024 season, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
24 season, 25 played the game, whatever.
that
just,
calendar shit fucks it up. But yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it was just kind of a fun story. And then I'm going to go with I can save that for last because you guys won't pick it, but screw it, I'll do it now. The 05 Trojans.
That's disgusting work.
I'm not writing that down, Nevada.
Go ahead and put it down.
I'm not doing it.
Because Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart were in Fuego that year, and they just ran into a team that was a tad more in Fuego.
All right.
They ran into the GOAT.
Yeah. Drafted by the Tennessee Titans. I knew that.
Nobody believes that now.
Had a stellar career as well.
Just because it would have been dope to see Vic do it, 1999 Virginia Tech. Whoops.
Michael Vick?
Yeah.
Notorious dog lover?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, dude.
I'm going with 2023 Washington. Because fuck Michigan.
I agree.
And
Dude,
then
it's wild to think that the entire Washington offense left after that year.
yeah, all starting wide receivers, starting running back,
The whole offense.
corner, the offensive line as well.
I believe so, because I think 2 of them got drafted, and the others, I believe, transferred out in the portal.
Oh well, no wonder they fell out, dude. The fucking portal is crazy. Portal is crazy. Let's see, who do I want here? 2013 Auburn was Cam Newton, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that'd be 2010.
No. Yeah, 2010 when they beat Oregon.
Oh, Cam Newton won a national championship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cam Newton was drafted in 2011.
Yeah, because he left Florida because Timmy T was getting all the shine and he couldn't handle it.
Oh, if he won one, all right, tight. Let's go 2010 Oregon then.
2010 Oregon?
Yeah, fuck you, Cam Newton. Take that out.
Would that be is that the little Michael James 2010 Oregon Ducks?
Yeah, it was LaMichael James and Lendell White, right?
No,
Lendell White
was
played for USC.
Wait, Lendell White was USC.
Yeah.
Lendell White was who was the speed back when he was the
Lendell White?
Yeah.
It was him and Reggie.
Was it him and Reggie? Oh,
Yeah.
so that's not 2010. You just said 2010. I was thinking 2010.
LaMichael James was right, but I can't remember who the other running back was.
It wasn't Kenyon Barber, was it?
Oh, might have been.
Wasn't
it LeGarrette Blount?
No, because I'm pretty sure Blunt was already in the league. Maybe he was just before 2010.
Huh.
Because LeGarrette retired in 18, 19, something like that. We're going to be way off on this.
LeGarrette Blount? Yeah, that sounds about right. That thing was getting touchdowns forever, bro.
I'm up.
I'm going to look this up.
So quick question, because this is going to dictate my pick. Was Brady Quinn the quarterback at Notre Dame in 2012, or was he already in the NFL by then?
I think he was in the NFL by then.
He was probably already in the NFL by then, huh?
He was drafted in 06.
Oh, good lordy. All right.
You were close, though.
I'm going to pick this because in this parallel universe, it would have already happened, and we would have never had none of that bullshit three-peat nonsense. So I'm going to go to 93 Nebraska beating Florida State. Because then they won the next two.
I just want it to be known that your boy over here got LaMichael James and Kenyon Barner on the same team in 2010.
Nice. That's a deep pull, dude.
But the rest of this roster, good Lord, there's nothing on here.
From an NFL perspective?
Yeah. I don't think any of the wide receivers played in the NFL that I recognize.
What are the names?
Let's see. Start with Josh Huff, maybe.
I
Cannon
think Josh Huff did, but go ahead.
Cannon Lowe, Blake Cantu, DJ Davis, Eric Dungy, Jeff Mahe, Nick Cole, Blake Stanton, Lavisier Tune, Justin Hoffman, Chad Delaney, Brandon Swepson, Will Murphy, Dane Ebenez, Ben Butterfield, Blake Tillis, Isaiah Burks, and Dolan Voller.
Yeah, no, there's nobody.
I asked you to read us the list of wide receivers, not an NCAA created draft roster.
create a team.
Josh Huff played for the Eagles, Eric. You said nobody?
You're thinking Bryce Huff, and that was last year.
I'm thinking Josh Huff, the American former professional football wide receiver. He played college football for the Oregon Ducks and was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 3rd round of the 2014 NFL draft.
Yeah.
I thought you would have remembered him. You said nobody. Fuck him.
I don't know what college he went to.
Well, he went to Oregon because Nevada read him off the list.
I know that now.
You don't even listen to me during anymore.
Dude, I can't handle this right now, dude.
I think this was good though. That Oregon team had Kiko Alonso on it, Deion Jordan.
Eric knows Kiko Alonso.
I don't want to talk about it. Fucking idiot, dude. Let's trade LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso.
It worked out.
Fucking stupid, dude.
All right.
Such a bad trade, bro.
Almost as bad as the Luka trade.
Bro, not even close.
Actually, the Luka trade ain't that bad because they got the wink 1 overall. So was it really that bad?
No, it's that bad, dude. You got a generational 5-6 years in the league, 6 All-NBA, All-Pros. Like, it was a bad trade.
We traded a generational third baseman and $50 million for nothing.
Well, that's got to be up there too, then.
Dude, that trade's so great. We don't want to pay Nolan Arenado, but here's $50 million.
Our chief complaint in history is we don't spend money. So here's $50 million and our star player with his new shiny contract.
Could you imagine giving someone $50 million and your best player in a trade?
And you don't even get top prospects back.
That's such a crazy concept to me, dude. That's such a bad trade. I try not to bring it up too often, but I chuckle about it regularly. Every time I see Nolan Arenado on the Cardinals, and I watch the Cubs Cardinals every year. So
it's wild.
Oh man, that got me. No, dude, the Luka trade was fixed by the NBA.
Yeah. Nevada, give us your next two.
Yep, I'm gonna go with 2010 Stanford, the Andrew Luck Stanford years. They finished 12-1 that year.
12-1. Damn.
Only lost to Oregon.
What year did RG3 play at Baylor? Oh,
same time as Andrew Luck.
Robert Griffin III.
Yeah, they were drafted together, weren't they?
2012, they were drafted.
They were in the same draft class?
Yeah, 1-2.
That would have been a stacked draft class if Robert Griffin didn't
blow out his knee.
Bro, it's so crazy compared to like how many people we've seen it happen to, and they come back and play just fine, and he just. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a bad knee injury, but it's not like he's a wide receiver or running back. Like you can still. I mean, he came back and still played a little bit. He just wasn't the same guy, which I don't know if it was physical or if it was mental at that point. But yeah, that was a damn shame. Dan Schneider might still own the Redskins if that was the case.
I don't want to live.
There's an alternate timeline, right?
Yeah, I'm good on that, dude.
RG3 doesn't blow out his knee, and Dan Snyder's still the owner. Interesting. My final one is just a Hail Mary in the dark, just because I'd like to see it. The 1966 Florida Gators, the Steve Spurrier-led Florida Gators.
19 what now?
66.
66 Florida Gators. Damn, Steve Spurrier is old as hell, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Breaking news.
Wait, so real quick.
He was old when he was coaching South Carolina.
Deshaun Watson won his first, right? Before Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, Deshaun was
before.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do the 2018. I hate to do this because, I don't really like Bama, but I just wish Trevor Lawrence never won a title and didn't have all that hype and didn't ruin the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm going to go 2018. Alabama beats Clemson.
Jackson.
Really
wait. Trevor Lawrence ruined the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Absolutely, 100%. They were an outstanding organization until they drafted Maurice Jones-Drew. I can't name anybody else. They were fire, dude.
That's such a crazy take, bro.
Keenan, was it Keenan McCordell or Keenan?
Byron Leftwich. That's all I know.
Byron Leftwich. Yeah, how big of a hill are you standing on right there to say that he ruined the Jags?
Dude, I'll double down. I don't care.
That's just absolutely wild stats. Like
that might be one of the ballsiest stances you've had in a while.
Like,
gotta spice up the show, dude.
Okay. I'll take 1964 Texas Longhorns.
Oh wow. Who was their stud on that 64 squad?
64 was the
Elmer Jones.
Nah. It was Ernie Coy. He was our lead running back. We also had Harold Phillip. And then the quarterback was Marvin. I can never say his name. Kristenik. That sounds right.
Sounds like something the Germans did in 1939.
Yo, what are these positions? I just went to go look up the 64 roster, and it's like position WT, position WE, position WG.
Wishbone.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not listening to you, bro. Motherfucker.
I don't know what the abbreviation stands for, but yeah, wishbone offense.
That's what Texas was running in the 60s, was the wishbone offense.
So what, wishbone tackle, wishbone guard, wishbone?
I'm assuming that's why so it's tackle and I'm assuming that's what it's coming from.
Interesting. All right, let me read this list back to you guys. So we had the top 5 Parallel Universe college football champions. Nevada had the first pick. He went with the 82 SMU Ponies. 2024 ASU Sun Devils. 2005
USC Trojans.
2010
Reggie Bush,
Stanford,
Matt Leinart, Lindell White.
and the 1966 Florida Gators. I had the second pick. I went 09 Texas, 2014 Oregon, 99 Virginia Tech, 93 Nebraska, and the 2018 Alabama Crimson Tide. Jermaine had 2022 TCU, 2000 Florida State. I really wish that one would have happened. 2023 Washington, 2010 Oregon, and the 1964 Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, it cracks me up that Nevada picked 2024 ASU because a good friend of ours, listener of the pod, recently texted us probably about 2-3 weeks ago that Nevada doesn't know ball. So based on this list, checks out. I think it's because you picked against the Vikings to in the divisional breakdown, and he's a Vikings fan, so he's just like, Nevada doesn't know ball.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to use his logic to invalidate this bullshit list you got going over here. What's with this anti-Texas list you got on here, bro?
Hey, dude, what did we do to you?
The one, a single game.
ASU played Texas in the college football playoff.
That one wasn't direct. Neither one of them were directed at Texas.
No, it
They
felt
both happened
personal.
to be- Oh, okay.
It felt personal.
Hey, you know what? Let me go back and change some of these answers. I'll get a list going for you. Hey, Arch Manning, bum, 5th round pick. Shadur Sanders 2.0.
Oh, hey.
Trevor Lawrence 2.0.
Yeah.
Archie doesn't come from nepotism, dude.
No, not at all. Just Newman High School, where his entire family grew up, and yeah.
Arch is gonna do his best Trevor Lawrence and ruin whatever team he goes to.
Arch is gonna do his best and ruin Texas football. How do you like that, Eric?
I mean, there's two of us here. Why is all the aggression coming towards me? He's got the Texas shirt on.
Well, you said Trevor Lawrence ruined Jacksonville football.
He did, bro. He gave the fans hope, and then he took it away by sucking balls.
The fans never had hope.
He beat Justin Herbert in the playoffs.
That's actually not that hard to do.
Not the way you guys talk about that, man. Oh boy, Nevada, you want to take us into Blind 5?
Yes, sir. We don't have a numbers to go with, so we'll just go with number 1. Your first entry is going to be Michael Jordan.
1.
Can't argue.
1.
I may be biased though.
I've never started off one of these with a 1, but unless it's like the friendliest athletes, then we got it totally wrong.
Look, if I would rather have this list wrong with Michael Jordan at the top than have it right with Michael Jordan anywhere else.
Yeah.
1. Yeah. Go 1, bro.
Jordan.
Best father of the year.
Husband of the year.
Fantastic baseball player.
Democratic spokesman of the year.
Next up is going to be Charles Barkley.
Ooh.
90s hoop stars, bro. 5?
It gives us a nice range to work with.
Seems disrespectful.
All right, I'll let you put where you want.
No, go ahead, put it. You spoke first.
Chuck at 5. Yeah, let's do it.
Why are you just being disrespectful?
I love Chuck, dude.
No, obviously not. You just made him last.
Yeah, we're gonna tag Chuck on this pod, and you're gonna hear from him.
Homie had the audacity to say I love him and put him last. We have 4 other spots. He put him last. I love him.
I love him so much. I'm gonna put him as the caboose on this list.
It's bald NBA players.
Hey, that's a good one, dude. Gonna have to put Allen Iverson in there.
Next up is Larry Bird.
Definitely not bald NBA players. 4.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Just trying to drive you wild, dude. At this
What are we doing? Nah, dude, we already slandered Chuck. We ain't slandering the man who saved the National Basketball Association. Larry Legend, we'll put him 3.
Damn, now I don't know.
Oops.
Did Jordan win a? Oh, is it players that won a college championship? No, Chuck didn't win one with Auburn. Never mind. I'm tripping. He doesn't know nothing about championships.
MVPs.
Oh.
Next up is Muhammad Ali. Whoa.
Sorry about that, boys. I was gonna try to mute it, but it happened too quick.
You didn't even move.
I did move, dude.
Homie was like, I was trying to mute it. He was looking like
it's because like my hand is down here, so like you didn't see it. Like, look at the shoulder move. Look at the shoulder move.
Right.
He was like a little baby in a stroller where here's something big, and he's like, whoa.
That's exactly what happened, my man.
Honestly, though, like, why is that jackass doing that anyway, dude? I'm gonna get his license plate and report his stupid ass.
Look, I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying you were like, my bad. I was trying to mute it. I was just like, yeah. Those of you listening, please go to the YouTube video. Go to about the 29-minute mark and watch Eric's sense of urgency. He'd be dead in them streets if it was anything else.
Jermaine, you better hope nobody breaks into the house. Eric's gonna be like, I'll get them.
All
The
right.
Don't move.
reflexes of
I'll
a
take you.
ninja, dog.
You guys couldn't see the shoulder movement. That's all it was. Look.
You don't see that right there? That reminds me of that South Park where they're playing like Dungeons and or World of Warcraft, and the guys in the basement just lean back, just clicking and stuff like that. That's what you look like. Oh my
The
gosh.
sense of urgency was wild.
Bob and
My
weave,
bad.
Eric. Bob and weave.
I was trying. You weren't trying.
Was trying, dude. It's just not hard enough.
Eric, if you were watching porn and somebody busts into your room, are you like slamming the laptop down, or are you like, oh, got it?
Dude, I never been busted, so I don't know. That's a good question. Let's have to see what happens.
I was trying to close it, I swear.
Like, Eric, I've been standing here for 6 seconds.
He's still beating on. I was
All
trying
right.
to close it.
It's like a locomotive train. You can't just stop this on a dime. It's got to be a slow stop.
Oh, fellas.
There's no lateral quickness. It's all straight through speed. All right, give us the next one.
Your next one is Muhammad Ali.
Oh, I'm glad we put Larry third. Yeah, we'll put that too. Ali, Bird, Barkley, Jordan.
Oops. And then final up is Shannon Sharp.
He should have been 5.
I tried.
How's I supposed to know, though?
Because you've been doing this for a year. Some change.
I don't know what the category is. Athletes with brothers? No, that's stupid.
That's a real humdinger of a list right there.
Athletes with brothers. Pretty sure we could have put Josh Huff on this. Gold medalist. Nope.
No.
Shannon Sharp doesn't have a gold medal. Analysts.
No.
Stars who became analysts.
No.
Don't Muhammad Ali's throwing me off.
Stars that
People that revolutionized their industry. Fuck, I got nothing, dude.
So Charles Barkley's not a champion.
And Shannon Sharp was carried to his champion.
It'll probably make more sense once you get the topic. It was top tier trash talkers.
Okay. Makes sense.
I guess.
Now you can see it.
I'll have to go watch some Shannon Sharp clips, but Shannon Sharp just feels wildly overrated to me. And I don't know if that's his post career that's doing that, but
You ever see the one on the sidelines against the Patriots? Where he picks up. They still have the corded phones, obviously. He picks up the phone and he's like, yes, Mr. President, you guys send in the National Guard, you guys send in the Air Force, you guys send in the Army, everybody, because we out here killing these Patriots.
That's funny. That's pretty good. Damn, it makes sense now, though. Bird was a good trash talker.
I just did. Just Shannon Sharp was just before I even cared. You know what I mean?
All right, well, AFC East, the boys. Getting into it.
I'm just bodying him because he's a Denver Bronco. Fucking bum.
Yeah, one of the best tight ends ever. Not a big deal.
He's not even top 5.
Oh, okay.
Is he, though?
Yeah,
Tony?
that's
Tony, Antonio, Travis, Gronk, Jason Witten, Dallas Goedert.
Get the
What?
Get the fuck out. You were better off saying Zach Ertz, you fucking fuck.
Jeez. Eric,
I
go
wanna
take a
see
lap. Go take a lap, Eric.
I just want to see if I can sneak that in there, dude.
Jeez. Your mind works as slow as your body does, bud.
I will never do that to. I'll never do that to
Complete?
Shannon Sharp, Nevada.
George Kittle.
Realistically, you got Tony Gonzalez, Gronk, Antonio Gates,
And Kelsey.
And Kelsey. Those four are the top four of all time.
I don't think I'd put Kelsey as the top 5.
Is that the Chiefs hate coming in because it's a divisional rival?
No, it's totally unbiased. Totally unbiased.
What's his name?
He said totally unbiased. I love it, dude.
Ozzie Newsome.
Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah, Jeremy Shockey. Yep. All world.
Greg Olson.
I love me some Greg Olson.
Brock Bowers.
Yep, Brock's up there.
1 year, Brock Bowers on the list.
Who else do we put up there?
Fucking die. You two are ridiculous.
Todd Heap. Get some
Aaron
Todd Heap in
Hernandez.
there. Aaron Hernandez. He was killing it. Yeah, who else do we put in the top 5 there, guys?
Did you guys say Jimmy Graham at least?
Nah.
Nah.
Not Jim.
It's crazy.
You already got Jeremy Shockey. You already got one guy on there.
Travis Kelce has about 160 more catches than Shannon Sharp, and he has 2,000 plus yards more than him, and he has 20 something more touchdowns. But he's not top 5.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
Sharp probably could be number 5. Like if we're not being dicks and assholes, like
Yeah, for sure, he could probably be top 5.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Sharp was that he was kind of one of those guys that was revolutionary for the position, particularly considering the time.
Sure.
I think that's a big allure of Shannon Sharp.
He's for sure really good, but we've had such great tight ends since.
Sure.
Which is the reason why I said he's not top 5. But if someone put him 5, I ain't really arguing it.
Yeah, it's just like quarterbacks, right? Like quarterbacks from the 80s, 70s, you're like, yeah, they're really good, but they're not Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Well, the game's changed quite a bit, so obviously they're going to be better.
Yeah, that's what always cracks me up when everyone's like arguing like GOATs and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, it wasn't the same sport. They were asking the quarterback to hand the ball off and throw it 15 times. You know what I mean? Like,
you could literally spear a quarterback in the chest and pile drive him into the ground 2 steps after he threw it. No flag.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him got power bombed, bro. But yeah. As far as receiving yards, Shannon Sharp is number 5.
So let's see. We got
Receptions.
Kelsey, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates ahead of him.
Receiving yards wise?
Yeah.
No. It's probably the person I'd put number 5, but I could be talked. It's Witten. Yeah, I could be talked out of it with Shannon Sharp. So it's Gonzalez, Witten, Kelsey, Gates. That's the current order. Sorry, and then Shannon Sharp is 5, but I'd already said that. So rounding out the top 10, you have Gronkowski, Olsen, Graham, Ertz, and Newsome.
Tony Gonzalez isn't top 10 in reception yards?
Tony Gonzalez is number 1.
Maybe I just spaced it.
Yeah, so it was Gonzalez, Witten, Kelsey, Gates, Sharp. Yeah, Gonzalez was the first name. Gonzalez is number 1.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Tony has got to be number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1 in receptions. He's number 1 in yards, number 1 in receptions, number 1 in targets.
I think Gronk's 1 for touchdowns, isn't he?
Antonio Gates is number 1 for touchdowns.
Ooh.
Antonio Gates, remember he came back that last year and he caught those 5 touchdowns in his final year because I think it might have been 6 to pass Tony Gonzalez and set the record. So Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez are the only two with 100 touchdowns plus 100 plus. It's 116, 111. Rob Gronkowski has 92 and Jimmy Graham has 89. And then Travis Kelce is fifth with 77. Jason Witten's fourth with 74. Sleeper, dark horse, can't be top 5, but I just love him. Vernon Davis, number 7 with 63. Shannon Sharp, 8th at 61. Greg Olson, 9th, 60. And Dallas Clark, another sleeper, can't be top 5, though, 53.
Are those postseason touchdowns?
Does it include postseasons? I could not tell you. It says career.
Yo, where's Delaney Walker at, dude?
Owning some McDonald's somewhere. I give him the fact that he owns them. He ain't working there, he ain't running them, but he ain't doing nothing else.
All right.
That's enough tight end talk.
Yeah.
I love me some tight ends.
All right, we'll move into the AFC East.
What about football?
Last year's finishing order was the Buffalo Bills at first, 13-4. The Dolphins second, 8-9. The Jets third, 5-12. And the New England Patriots fourth, 4-13. We'll move into who's projected to win the division this year. The Buffalo Bills are the favorites to win it. To win the Super Bowl, they're at plus 650. To win this division, they're at minus 260. To make the playoffs is minus 750. To miss the playoffs is plus 500. And, their win total is set at 11.5.
Brother, that's an insane win total. So Buffalo returned Ty Johnson, DeMar Hamlin, Reggie Gilliam. That's all that they re-signed. They brought in Joey Bosa and Josh Palmer from the Chargers, Michael Hoyt from the Rams, Larry Ogunjobi from the Steelers. Tre'Davious White returned the prodigal son to come anchor the other side across from Kyer Elam. Elijah Moore joined from the Browns. Dane Jackson joined from the Panthers. Derek Forrest joined from the Commanders. Shaq Thompson joined from the Panthers. Darrington Evans joined from the Bears. Kendrick Green from the Texans. And Dan Feeney from the Vikings. They lost Von Miller, Mac Hollins, Sam Martin, Dwayne Smoot, Will Clapp, Casey Toohill, and Quentin Morris. In the draft, they selected Maxwell Harrison, cornerback out of Kentucky. Currently injured. They selected TJ Sanders, defensive tackle out of South Carolina, Landon Jackson, D-end out of Arkansas, Deion Walker, defensive tackle out of Kentucky, Jordan Hancock, Jackson Hawes out of Ohio State and Georgia Tech, respectively, Dorian Strong, Chase Lunt out of Virginia Tech and Connecticut, respectively, and Caden Prather out of Maryland in the 7th. They had one trade. They traded. Oh, wow. I lied. They traded Kyer Elam, the guy said who was opposite of Tre'Davious White, to the Dallas Cowboys and a 6th-round pick for a 5th-round pick and a 7th-round pick. As far as coaching changes, Buffalo has stayed stagnant. They have eight-year head coach Sean McDermott, and then they're returning Joe Brady and Bobby Babich as their offensive and defense coordinator. They've been there for 1 year.
And Buffalo's got probably a quite entertaining lineup for their schedule. They open up at home against the Ravens. Then they'll play in New York against the Jets. They will host the Dolphins and the Saints and the Patriots. And then they will go to Atlanta, have a Week 7 bye week. Then they will go play in Carolina against the Panthers. Then they will host Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. Then they will head down to South Beach against the Dolphins, home for the Bucks. Then they will head into Houston against the Texans, into Pittsburgh against the Steelers. They will host Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Then they will go to New England and Cleveland, and then be at home for Philly and close out at home against the Jets.
Their
Super Bowl Jets.
Their opponent win percentage is 4.67, and they have the 23rd ranked schedule this year. Or what would that be?
23rd hardest.
23rd easiest. Like they have a very easy schedule.
Yeah, it's always look, if you're number one, you have the hardest. If you're anything lower, it goes easier.
Okay.
Number one is the hardest.
Yeah.
As long as you remember that, you can get the rest. Quick question before we break down Buffalo. This is a philosophical debate, and I know how you guys are. It's only championship or bust, so this is right up your alley.
Mm.
Whose seat is hotter from a duo perspective? John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, or Sean McDermott, Josh Allen?
I would say McDermott and Allen.
They have the hotter seat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As far as really, it's the coach because we all know the quarterbacks ain't moving.
Yeah. I get that, but look, success is widely levied and levied for or against, and it's always the head coach and quarterback. Those are the two people at fault. Never mind if you have the 32nd worst offensive line. Never mind if you have a running back who's averaging 2.5 yards per carry. They ain't going to talk about that. They're going to talk about your quarterback. They're going to talk about your head coach.
I'm going to say the Ravens because the Bills have had a little bit less to work with, like as far as skill players around him, and they've had a lot of injuries to that defense, and they've still managed to be as good as they've been. And also, like, Mark Andrews needs to catch footballs. So I say John Harbaugh and the Raven and Lamar Jackson.
Mark Andrews had like 9 or 10 touchdowns last year. He just needs to catch 2-point conversions.
Yeah, that.
So, all right, follow-up question. And then, Nevada, I'll let you defend why you think the Bills. Who's had a better roster? Sorry. Has Josh Allen ever had a better roster than Lamar Jackson?
Off the top of my head, yes.
A better, like, top to bottom roster than so the Bills have had a better roster than the Ravens?
Yeah.
How many times?
I want to say it was it 2 or 3 years ago? And that would have been during the desert days of Lamar Jackson's skill position players. I'm trying to remember who. Now I'm gonna have to look up the freaking roster. But I think it's Buffalo as far as hot seat, in part because John Harbaugh can look back and say, I've done it before. So he's got that, I guess, pedigree where they can go back and say, all right, we know he can do it. And he did it with Joe Flacco. I'm sure he can do it with Lamar Jackson. Buffalo,
twice. He hasn't made it yet.
Buffalo has the issue of when they're like the Colts of the 2010, 2020s now, where they're really good in the regular season and they might be able to crush a team first, maybe second round, but inevitably they're going to run into KC and they cannot, for the life of them, handle KC in the postseason. And at some point, that's going to get old, and the people are going to start demanding some sort of change.
Lamar Jackson has never won more than one playoff game in a season.
He's only won 3 playoff games in his career.
So you buoy that with John Harbaugh. Josh Allen buoys Sean McDermott. I think that's really either or. I don't have a.
It's all about preference, really.
Yeah, I mean, you could say either one, and I'd say yeah, I could see it. I just give deference to John Harbaugh because he's done it. He's been there. I have no doubt that they will win a Super Bowl.
Really?
You have no doubt that they'll win one?
Yeah.
That's
with Lamar?
I would like to take that bet, actually.
And then until Buffalo can show up and beat KC in the playoffs when it matters, they're never going to get to the Super Bowl. Because inevitably they're going to have to go through KC.
Baltimore hasn't beat them in the playoffs either.
Okay, I'll take Baltimore over Buffalo head to head in the playoff game
to beat them in the playoffs.
Yes.
That's I'm not disagreeing. Like, I don't have a hard line stance either way. I just think it's fascinating because both coaches have MVP quarterbacks, right? Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, widely considered top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure because some people have lists and it gets fucking crazy at the top. And they have yet to make a Super Bowl, right? And I know this is right up your guys' alleys because if you don't make a Super Bowl, you're fucking terrible. So it's just a fascinating, and I was hoping that you guys would both take different sides to this conversation, right? But it's like the Ravens have typically always had a stronger roster, right?
So, to your point, I pulled up the rosters that I was thinking of. If you want me to go through those.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were. I stopped talking so you can go into it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I pulled up 2022. Like I said, I thought it was 2 or 3 years ago. So obviously we got the same quarterbacks. You have Devin Singletary and James Cook in a fading Zach Moss for Buffalo. For Baltimore, you have J.K. Dobbins, Kendrick Drake, and Gus Edwards, I guess. Your leading rusher was Lamar Jackson with 764 yards. Your leading rusher in Baltimore was Devin Singletary with 819. Your receivers for Baltimore, your leading receiver was Mark Andrews, and then Devin Duvernay, D. Robinson. I don't recognize that name, but Mark Andrews led with 847. Second place was 450, 400, 373. Goes from there. On Buffalo side, you have a guy named Stephon Diggs, had almost 1,500 yards receiving. Gabe Davis had 836. Dawson Knox, 517. Isaiah McKenzie, 423. And it goes on from there.
Isaiah McKenzie. I placed some bets on him for anytime touchdowns.
Defensive-wise, I think maybe kind of more of a wash. Baltimore had Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Peters, Matabuke.
Yo, Buffalo's defense better be fucking stacked, bro.
Buffalo had Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, DeMar Hamlin, Jordan Poyer,
Chill out.
Pierre Elam, Gregory Rostoy, Ed Oliver, Shaq Lawson, Cody Benford, Von Miller. Let's see who else is notable on here. AJ Klein, Micah Hyde. Yeah, kind of I don't know. Defense is a little bit closer than the offensive side, but
defense, I thought Baltimore ran away with it. So you said 2020.
That was 2022.
2022, right? So yeah, Von Miller was coming back from injury that year. Only played 11 games. And he had, because that's the thing, we get distracted because Von Miller is that dude. So I ain't gonna get it twisted. Von Miller is still that dude, but
yeah, he had eight sacks.
8 sacks,
in 12 games.
Yeah, I think that team, I would love the offensive line. The Ravens typically always have the better offensive line. Deion Dawkins is a dog though for Buffalo.
Yeah.
No, it's that year. I could give you that year, but I almost every other year, it's Lamar Jackson's team has been better. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked Lamar hasn't won more than one.
Yeah, as far as playoff games, you mean?
Like in a season, yeah. Like I know he always has a bye, right? So like, if you win one, you make the AFC Championship, and then if you don't win that, obviously you're only winning one.
I think when it comes to playoffs, anybody not named Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, not even Aaron Rodgers, but outside of those guys, you can point to any, if you're just doing quarterbacks, and say they have some sort of massive flaw in the playoffs, whether it's Lamar can't win more than one game in the playoffs, or Josh Allen, for whatever reason, cannot beat Kansas City.
Well, I mean, the refs are a big part of that reason.
Well, that's KC. Aaron Rodgers, how many times was he one and done or two and done? Where he'd have, how many times have we talked about? He had like a 49 or 43 touchdowns and 3 picks season, and can't get it done. So, yeah, I think outside of Mahomes and Brady, you could nitpick any quarterback you want when it comes to the postseason.
So right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 active quarterbacks with a winning record in the playoffs. Would you like to try and guess this? The two of you combined, your powers combined.
Patrick
Mahomes, 17-4, 8-10 record. Jalen Hurts, 6-3, 667 record. Russell Wilson, 9-8, 529 record.
I'm gonna say, is Burrow on there?
Burrow, 5-2, 714 record.
How many? That's 4.
That's 4.
Justin Herbert. I'm just kidding.
Just get fucking wrecked, bro. I will come fight you right now.
Trevor Lawrence?
No, Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, he's been to the playoffs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 8, 9. Let me make sure. 8, 9. 10.
Flacco?
John Wolford has a 1-0 record in the playoffs. We ain't counting him. There's 10 other ones, but we'll go with the first 7 that I was going. So Jaden Daniels was another one, 2-1 because he played 3 games last year. And then Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy are both 4-2. I didn't go past Matt Stafford because I thought he was 5-5, so I thought he was the line of delineation. But you got 4 of the 7 that I originally went with.
Jimmy G.
And you said you said Flacco. Flacco is actually number 3 on this list at 10-6. That is funny as hell that with Jimmy G. Jimmy G's 4-2.
I know. To be honest, I can't picture a Joe or a Jimmy G playoff game.
Yeah, so you have 2 other quarterbacks from the 7 Jimmy G in the playoffs. Jimmy G at quarterback, I don't want to picture, Doug, but anyways, let's get into this before we break down the Bills. Final two.
Do we say Josh Allen?
No, Josh Allen's number 6. So you have one more remaining. Josh Allen is 7-6 with 538. And
is it Russ?
A-Rod?
Eric already said Russ. Aaron Rodgers is the other one. Aaron Rodgers is 11-10 at 524.
See, I was concerned about picking Rodgers because he had a lot of those either out in the wild card or divisional round. So it's kind of like he was going to be, well, as it shows, 11-10, barely makes the cut.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly hard to win in the playoffs, obviously, but and also like if you only you can make 3 playoffs and only play 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose all 3, you're 0-3. Like that's why Jaden Daniels played 3 already in his first year, 2-1 in the playoffs. Like, So it's pretty impressive. Let's break down the Bills. The Bills, we got more of the same going in the offense. They just resigned James Cook to a 4-year, $48 million with $30 million guaranteed, which effectively makes it a 2-year contract. I think it's about as good as James Cook could have done, even if he was on the open market and all 32 NFL teams could have bid for him. So they locked him up. He's probably the only other game breaker on offense they have, aside Josh Allen. So it's pretty essential for them to lock him up. So wide receiver core is just a who's who of what the fuck. It almost feels like Sean Payton out there with his Robert Meachams and Devery Hendersons and Devon Valets and Pat Bryants, and just like, why can't we just draft a stud wide receiver? You spend a second-round pick on Marvin Mims. You won't play him. Doesn't make sense. The Bills kind of have that same approach right now, right? So Khalil Shakir led the team in receiving last year, and in fantasy points, he was like 36th. He was barely I don't even think he was a wide receiver 3 in 12-man leagues, if you actually go look at it, right? Keon Coleman, he caught 20-something balls for 500-something yards, but he was hurt all year, couldn't separate, and he has some concerns, but he was a rookie, right? Like, very young kid, could obviously get better. They brought in Josh Palmer from the Los Angeles Chargers, who we have long, wanted to do something, but he has not done anything. And I would be hard-pressed to say that he's going to do something now. The offensive line remains a strength, especially when you have Deion Dawkins, one of the best left tackles in football, on the left side, with that sexy footwork and strong paws to just beat those defenders off. Well, pause. And then the defense is kind of a who's who of, we're just going to get it done. My concern is Buffalo doesn't, and that's my concern every year with Buffalo, is like, who are the playmakers? Whenever Buffalo wins a big game, it's because Josh Allen went and did something spectacular, right? Throws it to Amari Cooper, who gets bottled up. Amari Cooper throws it back because Josh Allen was running at him, and Josh Allen runs it into the end zone. That was a play last year, right? It was in a snow game, and that was Josh Allen making another play, right? And the Micah Hyde isn't there anymore. Justin Poirier isn't there anymore. So that safety position's in a period of upheaval. They brought back Tre'Davious White on the corner. They traded Kyer Elam, and they drafted Maxwell Harrison, and Harrison's injured already. Dalton Kincaid, what the fuck? Is he good at football? Is he Kyle Pitts? Is he Kyle Pitts? He had a good rookie year. Last year, everyone says he was hurt, but he played all them games and didn't do a goddamn thing. You know how many other players in the NFL were hurt last year? All of them.
53 times 31.
Yeah, 53 times 31. Exactly. Like, I just don't know. And the thing is, it's such a well-coached team, right? And then you have Josh Allen. So it's hard-pressed to pick against them. 24th schedule. They play in this division. I'm looking at 4 wins easily. I think they sweep the Jets. I think they sweep the Dolphins. So I'll take the over, and I will take them to win the division and make the playoffs. But this team, the ultimate goal for this team is Super Bowl. And I mean, Joey Bosa needs to do something special for them. Has Joey Bosa played 17 games in a season before?
No. I would say maybe once. Maybe.
Eric, what's your vote on that?
I think he's done it, yeah.
He ain't played 17 before, but he has played 16. I always forget about that. I always have to be like, oh yeah, 16 was like 16 was
the norm.
Yeah, so he's played 16 twice. Sorry, 3 times. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I'm not convinced that they don't have enough, but I'm also not convinced they have enough, if that makes sense. And we may end up seeing, because One thing Patrick Mahomes has the benefit of is he has Chris Jones on the other side.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who's Josh Allen's Chris Jones?
DeMar Hamlin. The dude came back from the dead. I don't hear no shit.
He has the most impressive feat. You're right.
He's 1-0 against Steph.
But I'll turn it over to you, Nevada. What are your thoughts on the Bills?
Yeah, I'll keep it pretty short. I'm with Jermaine. I think they'll go over and they'll win the division. Jermaine kind of said it. Can someone in the wide receiver room take the number one wide receiver role? Like, you think it might be Keon Coleman, which I think so. That's probably what they drafted him for. But someone please take the mantle, because since, Amari Cooper had a good year, but other than that, Stephon Diggs, it's been, 5 years almost since Stephon Diggs left? So
No, it hasn't been 5. This is the 7.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Minnesota.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so someone, please, like James Cook and Josh Allen, while they are very good and drive the team, please help the man out. I was going to pose this question to both of you. If Josh Allen is not on this team, how many games do they win?
2.
I was going to put the over-under at 6.5.
Why, Eric?
I'll go under 6.5 for sure.
Just why? That's fair. Under 6.5 is fine.
I'm still
Why?
sticking with 2.
Why 2?
Actually, you're right. I'll go 4 because they have the 23rd ranked schedule, so it's not that bad.
It's still a very good football team. I hate to break it to you. It's still a well-coached, good football team. Like,
I don't see it.
I think the thing that benefits them schedule-wise this year is that all of their big games are at home. You start off against the Ravens. The Chiefs come to your barn. Same with the Bengals. The only one that's and the Eagles. The only one that might be a little bit of a more difficult one is you have to go to Pittsburgh. But of your difficult games, 4 of them are at home. So you got to take advantage of it, and I think they will. They've, the core of the group has been there long enough. They know what to do, and they've been doing it. So
the NFL really wants them to win, don't they?
Relax. Relax.
We'll see what happens when KC comes to visit.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen them get hosed year after year. We're gonna sit here and say the NFL wants them to win. Jeez,
yeah, they do,
bro. You're the Super Bowl champion, right? Like, you can be relaxed. You don't have to be all angry at everyone all the time. No. He's like, fuck them Bills. They ain't even played in the playoffs, and Eric already hates them. Fuck them.
All right, let's move into the New England Patriots. So they 4th place finished last year. They're projected to go 2nd in division this year, plus 6,000 for the Super Bowl, plus 475 for the division, plus 130 to make the playoffs, minus 175 to miss the playoffs, and their win total or win line is set at 8.5.
Their coaching staff is all new. Head coach Mike Bravel, after a year off, returns to take over a New England mantle he probably should have gotten last year instead of the man they sold out to what's his name?
Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo. I almost called him now I forgot that dude's name. Alabama.
Kenyon Ketchup.
I'm not even
Michael Mustard.
Josh McDaniels returns as offensive coordinator for what is his 57th stint with the organization. And Terrell Williams is the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. In the offseason, the New England Patriots returned Jalen Hawkins, safety, and Jermichael Hasty, running back. Other than that, does not appear for anyone else to re-sign. They brought in Milton Williams from the Eagles, Stephon Diggs from the Texans, Carlton Davis from the Lions, Harold Landry from the Titans, Robert Spillane from the Raiders, Morgan Moses joined from the Jets, Garrett Bradbury joined from the Vikings, Matt Collins from the Bills, Joshua Dobbs from the 49ers, Clavon Chaisson from the Raiders, Kyrese Tonga from the Cardinals, Marcus Epps from the Raiders, Wes Schweitzer from the Jets, Jack Gibbons from the Titans, Kyle Pecco from the Lions, Travion Williams from the Bengals, Tyler Davis from the Packers, and they lost Jacoby Brissett, Jonathan Jones, Dietrich Weiss, Joe Cardona, Chakuma Okorafor, Joey Sly, and Giovanni Ricci. In the draft, the Patriots added Will Campbell with the 4th overall pick, Trevion Henderson with the 38th, Kyle Williams, wide receiver, and Jared Wilson, center with the 69 and 95th, Craig Woodson, Joshua Farmer, safety and D tackle in the 4th, Braden Switson, D end in the 5th, Andrew Borregales, kicker in the 6th, Marcus Bryant, Julian Ashby, Kobe Minor, tackle, long snapper, safety, all respectively in round 7. As far as trades go, the Patriots were active. They sent Devon Godshaw, defensive tackle, to the New Orleans Saints for a 7th round pick. They sent Joe Milton, the 3rd quarterback, and a 7th round pick to the Dallas Cowboys for a 5th round pick. And the rest were all draft day trades.
The Patriots had a 4th place schedule, but it looks a little bit tough. We'll see what Eric has to say here in a sec. But they open up at home against the Raiders. Then they will go down to South Beach to play the Dolphins. They'll be home against the Steelers and home against the Panthers. Then they'll go on the road against the Bills and the Saints, as well as the Titans. Then they'll come home to play the Browns, home for the Falcons. Then the Battle of the Tom Brady Bowl as they go down to Tampa to play the Bucks. Then they'll be home to play the Jets. Then they'll go into Cincinnati. And then they'll be home against the Giants, and then they'll have a Week 14 bye week. And then they will host the Bills following that. Then they'll go into Baltimore and then into the Jets, and then be home against the Dolphins.
And their strength of schedule is actually 30th, with their opponent win percentage last year being 429.
Damn.
Nevada thoughts on the Patriots?
Well, yeah, I just thought seeing the Ravens, the Bengals, the Bucks, the Steelers, plus you have to play Buffalo twice. All right.
Sorry, Nevada, thoughts on the Patriots?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I like where the Patriots are at, mainly because they got a good head coach who's gonna, I think, right the ship. I'm a fan personally of Vrabel. I think he's good. Whether or not he can get teams over the hump to be seen, but he's a damn good coach, no doubt. I mean, look what he did in Tennessee.
Number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, I mean, Josh McDaniels, whatever. Hopefully he doesn't try to think that Drake May is Tom Brady and make him play a Brady offense. We'll see if he actually tailors the offense to fit Drake May, but I love Travion Henderson there. He's been showing out. I think he'll make a push for offensive rookie of the year. If it weren't for Buffalo, I would say this would be a contender team for a last to first kind of season. That being said, those teams that I mentioned do kind of scare me. The Ravens, the Bengals, the Bucks, stuff like that. So they're going to get tested here and there. But Eric, I think it was 8.5 was the over under.
Yeah, their line's 8.5.
Screw it. I think they'll go over. Why not? I don't think anybody has any expectations for them. And I think that combined with Mike Vrabel's ability to coach and organize a team, I think they can get the over.
Yeah, I agree. So, look, I love everything they did. The players that they brought in specifically from a defensive and offense perspective, like Robert Spillane, Harold Landry, Carlton Davis, and Milton Williams. And then they brought in Morgan Moses, Garrett Bradbury. We love to make fun of him because he's just a weird guy, but Mac Hollins is a good wide receiver, like a good NFL wide receiver that you want on your team, right? You couple that with the draft they had. They added Will Campbell to anchor the opposite side of Morgan Moses, a very experienced, one of the best right tackles in football. Garrett Bradbury, one of the better centers in football. Then you So you have those moves. They bring in Will Campbell, who looks every bit as good as advertised, if not better. Trevion Henderson, who was my number 2 ranked running back in the draft process, made a play and is effectively ruined any chance of you getting him at for cheap in a fantasy draft this year.
No doubt.
And they added Kyle Williams in the 3rd. They brought in Stephon Diggs, and Drake May already played really well last year with nobody. Offensive line was terrible. Jalen Polk, the 2nd-round wide receiver, who may not make this team this year, was awful, right? So it's like, I think that this is one of those teams that's going to make the playoffs and have one of those transformations. And when we talk about them going into the 2026 season, the Patriots have that same kind of Commanders type buzz that we have right now, the Broncos type buzz that we have right now, right? Because Drake May is the next up and coming. They have another year to add somebody, this, that, and the other. And the Patriots are back to being a more well-run organization. There isn't any concern from a coaching perspective. Josh McDaniels is a proven offensive coordinator, shitty head coach, proven offensive coordinator, right? Can scheme with the best of them. Mike Vrabel, awesome head coach, made Ryan Tannehill a thing, right? You had no wide receivers, and everyone knew they were going to run Derrick Henry, and they still got Derrick Henry 1,700 yards, right? 1 year he surpassed 2,000 with them. So this has all the hallmarks for a team to just blow out expectations, and I know this is already a trendy pick. It's all over the place. Everything's covered into the ground nowadays. I think it's right, though. I think with the schedule, with the talent, with the team, with the coaching, with the buy-in, with all of that, like Ramondre Stevenson is still a good running back. Paired him with Trevion Henderson. Kyle Williams and Stephon Diggs moves Jalen Polk down the way. Kendrick Bourne still there. They have other guys. Demario Douglas in a Josh McDaniels offense is going to be a phenomenal slot wide receiver. He is very Danny Amendola. He is very Wes Welker. He is very Julian Edelman. Demario Douglas has all the hallmarks to fill that sort of slot for them. As long as they design runs for Drake May, I think this offense is going to be significantly better. Top 15 in the league for sure. I'll go on that ledge. So over 8.5, smash, take that all day. Yes, to make the playoffs. I'm in on this Patriots team.
Nevada, do you have them in the playoffs? You don't have to pick now. Just
let me just. See. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We still have to do the AFC South too.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And again, these can always change. Like, I know nothing's set in stone until once week 1 kicks off, you can't change shit though.
Yeah, I'll let you know week 14.
Yeah, okay.
There's a really good team in the AFC that is not making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. There are probably 2 or 3 really good teams in the AFC not making the playoffs this year.
Yep.
And that's all schedule dependent, and obviously injury luck, huge, right? Like no team is winning a Super Bowl without having just the best odds as far as an injury perspective goes. But I'm taking the New England Patriots to surprise people this year. Let's go ahead and get to the next team.
All right. So next, last year's second place team, the Miami Dolphins, they have them finishing 3rd this year, plus 8,000 for the Super Bowl, plus 650 to win this division, plus 155 to make the playoffs, minus 190 to miss the playoffs. And they also have 8.5 line.
It's not very surprising considering they won 8 games 8 games last year. They won 8 games last year despite all the shit that went wrong for the Miami Dolphins. There's no changes at coaching. signed players. Oh my goodness. They got rid of everybody. All right.
It's a whole new roster.
That's a whole new roster. Exactly. So the Dolphins re-signed Tyrell Dodson, Liam Eichenberg, Benito Jones, Elijah Campbell, Quentin Bell, Dwayne Eskridge, Matt Dickerson, Jackson Carman. And that's all for the re-signed. They brought in from Carolina, Mike Boone, Cleveland, Jermaine Ifedi. The Raiders, I didn't sort it the way I wanted to. Anyways, Raiders brought in Jack Jones and Alexander Madison. Get well soon for Alexander. Mike Hilton was brought in from the Bengals. Kendall Sheffield from the Jets. Then they brought in Daniel Brunskill from the Titans. They brought in Willie Gay Jr. from the Saints, KJ Britt from the Bucks, Artie Burns and Farrell Brown from the Seahawks, Joe Cardona from the Patriots, Ryan Stonehouse from the Titans, Ashton Davis from the Jets, Larry Brown from the Bears, Ifatu Melifonwu from the Lions, Nick Westbrook-Akine from the Titans, Zach Wilson from the Broncos, and James Daniels from the Steelers. My goodness. They let Javon Holland, Calais Campbell, Robert Jones, Emmanuel Ogba, Durham Smythe, Deshaun Hand, Sirion Neal, Braxton Berrios, Raheem Mostert, Kendall Lamb, Anthony Walker Jr., Jack Stoll, River Craycraft, Tyler Huntley, Jeff Wilson, and Duke Riley all depart for other teams. In the draft, the Miami Dolphins selected Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, with pick 13 in the first. Jonah Savane, guard out of Arizona, joined them in the second round. In the fifth round, they brought in Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, Jason Marshall Jr. corner, and Dante Trader Jr. safety. In the sixth round, they brought in Ollie Gordon, the second running back, Eric Sierra. And in the seventh, they brought in Quinn Ewers, quarterback, and Zeke Biggers, defensive tackle. As far as trades go, they were actually pretty active. They traded a 6th-round pick for Darren Waller in a 7th. They traded Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 5th-round pick for Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 7th-round pick.
The Dolphins will open up the season in Indianapolis. Then they will host the Patriots, and then they'll go into Buffalo. Then they'll come home for the Jets. Then they will play in Carolina against the Panthers. They will host the Chargers. Then they will go to Cleveland. Man, what a change of scenery that is, Miami to Cleveland. Then they will go into Atlanta. They'll host the Ravens. Then they'll go host the Bills as well. Then they'll host, quote-unquote, host the Commanders, but that one is a Madrid-Spain game. Then it will be a bye week. And then they will host the Saints at home, travel up to New York to play the Jets, and then they will play in Pittsburgh, home against the Bengals, home against the Buccaneers, and then finish off in New England. Quick question. How many games do you think right now they are favored in? Obviously, it's really early to have lines all the way through the season, but how many do you think they're favored in?
4.
Yeah, I was going to say 5.
Yeah, they actually have the 21st ranked schedule, by the way, but I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, Eric, you're right. They are favored in only 4 games out of 17.
Whew. What was the strength of schedule again, Eric?
21.
21st. So, I mean, that's not too bad. To only be favored in 4 is kind of crazy. Nevada, thoughts on the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, I don't. Me and Eric had kind of mentioned this. I don't think they got better in the offseason, even with all that massive turnover. I don't see anybody where I can look at them and think, oh yeah, this guy definitely changes the complexion of the defense or the offense. Tua's inevitably going to pop his head again for the 89th time. Do you trust Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers to step in and keep the team afloat?
I actually think I do think Quinn Ewers with a short passing game offense that Mike McDaniel runs, I think Quinn Ewers can operate that somewhat effectively to where first of all, I'm not saying don't hear what I'm not saying. I know I'm wearing a Longhorn shirt. But last year, the quarterback play when Tua went down was so bad. It was so bad that at the bare minimum, I think Quinn Ewers could effectively run the Mike McDaniel offense is all I'm trying to say, right? He can get it to Devon Achane, Achane. He can get it to Darren Waller, and he should be able to hit crossing routes for Jalen Waddle and every now and then underthrow Tyreek Hill just like Tua does. So it's not like there's much of a difference from that perspective, right? And if anything, like Quinn Ewers is the kind of guy you want because he's had pedigree. He performed well, just not consistently, right? And so he's shown flashes and traits. So I think from a backup quarterback perspective, they're in a better situation than they were last year. And look, Zach Wilson won more games with the Jets the year prior than Aaron Rodgers did. Mm-hmm. Now, was there shenanigans afoot because Woody Johnson owns that team? Yeah, absolutely. Did they fire their head coach in the middle of the season, who was also their defense coordinator? Yes, absolutely. So there are things to take into consideration. But you could still say that sentence and it's factual. So, but you and Eric are right. Like, the team did not get better. I think there is a intangible perspective that maybe Miami got better, especially after reading today's report about how last year they had 5 severely fined players in the Miami Dolphins clubhouse where they just couldn't get them to just be professionals. So it kind of begs the question, what the hell was going on last year? Is that why they got rid of everybody? Right? Because as we saw when we were going through this, they got rid of everybody. So did they get an intangibles upgrade? And that's not something that we can factor in from viewing objective data and things like that. That's kind of a philosophical question that you'll have to search in your heart when you're thinking about this Miami Dolphins team. But I think they have arguably one of the hottest seats for a head coach in football right now. Do I think he deserves to be fired? No, especially with the circumstances, right? But we had the same discussion with Brian Flores, and Brian Flores got fired, and now he's up there in Minnesota crushing it and about to sue the NFL as his lawsuit got pushed forward this week.
I don't think any of us were thinking Brian Flores would get fired.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. All the negative about the Miami Dolphins last year, they were 1 game below 500. Second in the division without Tua. And how negative does it feel for Miami? It doesn't feel like they were 1 game below 500. They had, before that season, they had made the playoffs twice, 2 years in a row. Last year, all the bad luck in the world, all of it. And Teron Armstead retired because of all the bad luck, right? So they had all the bad luck in the world and were 1 game below 500. So are they really like that? But no, but Mike McDaniel is constantly under fire. The Miami Dolphins are constantly under fire. It's almost like, and the problem is there's, when you're discussing these teams, the external pressure from the media is often what drives discourse and dialogue, right? Eric and I were kind of having this discussion earlier in the week. It's just like, just think about how stuff propagates, right? Like, Patrick Mahomes, everyone associates the no-look pass with Patrick Mahomes, right? Because the media gassed it up every single time he did it. Meanwhile, Matt Stafford had been doing it for 8 years before Patrick Mahomes even made it to the National Football League. But Matt Stafford was doing it on a 0-16 Detroit Lions team, where Patrick Mahomes was doing it with Andy Reid. And you know what I mean? It's just fascinating from that perspective. But I expect chaos for this Miami Dolphins team. I think this coach will be fired, and I think Tyreek Hill gets traded midseason. I'm putting it out on record right now. it is a complete teardown, and who knows what's going to happen with Tua. Tua may be one of the best quarterbacks traded in a long time, right? And it'll just be interesting to see it from that perspective. So I'll take under 8.5. I don't necessarily think their defense is that bad. I just don't think it's that good. And I don't know what they're going to do on offense, especially if Tua does get hurt and this offensive line is bad. Are they going to be able to run the football? I don't think they're going to be very good at running the football. So they're in discussion right now to be last in this division.
If it weren't for a team in New York, yes.
I don't, brother. I love what Aaron Glenn's going to do with that team. I'm sitting here and I'm debating. And look, it is the Jets. It's hard to hitch your wagon to the Jets, but I could see Justin Fields easily eclipsing 5.5 win total. So I don't know. I'll pick the Dolphins after we talk through the Jets, but that's just a little foreshadowing, a little professional podcasting for you.
Yeah, I'm under on the Dolphins.
All right, let's move into the New York Jets. They finished third last year at 5-12. It's interesting, but they're projected to finish fourth this year. Plus 25,000 for the Super Bowl, plus 1,800 to win this division, plus 475 to make the playoffs, minus 700 to miss the playoffs, and their line or win total is set at 5.5.
Minus 700 to miss is crazy. You know someone's betting that too. That's the problem. Sorry. All new coaches: Aaron Glenn, head coach; Tanner Ingstrand, offensive coordinator; and Steve Wilkes returns as defensive coordinator. This team had quite significant turnover as well. They re-signed Isaiah Oliver, Kene Nkwangu. They Jamin Davis. And then they brought in Justin Fields for Pittsburgh, Brandon Stevens from Baltimore, Andre Cisco from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Nick Folk from the Titans, Josh Reynolds also from Jacksonville, Josh Myers from the Packers, Chris Boyd from the Texans, Derek Nandi from the Chiefs, Byron Cowart from the Bears, Stone Smart, a tight end from the Chargers, Tyler Johnson, wide receiver from the Rams, Chikuma Okorafor, tackle from the Patriots, Rashad Weaver, outside linebacker from the Rams, and Jay Tufele from the Bengals. They lost everybody. Devontae Adams, DJ Reed, Javon Kinlaw, Hassan Reddick, Aaron Rodgers, Morgan Moses, Tyler Conklin, Solomon Thomas, Brandon Eccles, Ashton Davis, Wes Schweitzer, Leke Futu, Chuck Clark, Kene Yeba, Kendall Sheffield, Greg Joseph, Chaz Surratt, Malik Taylor, Jalen Mills, and Jake Hansen. In the draft, they added Armand Membo, tackle, with the 7th overall pick. Mason Taylor, tight end, in round 2 with the 42nd. Round 3, Azrae Thomas, cornerback, 73 overall. Wide receiver Arian Smith in the 4th round, as well as Malachi Moore, safety. And in the 5th round, to round out their selections, they took Francisco Maloagua. I butchered that. Mauigoa. My apologies, sir. Linebacker out of Miami, and Tyler Barron, D end out of also Miami. As far as trades goes, they didn't do a goddamn thing.
Sick. The Dolphins open up in Pittsburgh and then in Buffalo before they come home to host Tampa and Miami. Then they will they will host Dallas, and then they will host the Broncos, but that is a London home game. Then they will come home to host the Panthers, and then they'll go into Cincinnati before a Week 9 bye week. They'll come home to play Cleveland, then they will be in New England and in Baltimore before coming home for Atlanta and Miami. Then again on the road against Jacksonville and New Orleans before they come home against New England and finish out in Buffalo.
And the Jets have the 26th ranked schedule.
Nevada, thoughts?
I guess I'm the one here that I'm not high on the Jets. I agree. I like Aaron Glenn. It'll be interesting to see what he does as a head coach. But so far, from what we've seen preseason wise and training camp wise, it's not looking good for Justin Fields. I still believe in Justin Fields. I don't know why Pittsburgh didn't let him continue playing last year when he was 4-2, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
So I think he can do it. I just don't know if this is the right environment for him to do it. I hope he can, but not the Jets. I think their schedule is tougher, especially those tough games. They are the visiting team in those tough games, the Cincinnati's, the Baltimore's, stuff like that. That doesn't bode well. If you're going to play tough teams, I prefer to play them at home, maybe get a little bit of hometown bump. I think the defense could be interesting. We'll see what Aaron Glenn does with it. Obviously, he's got Sauce Gardner there, so that's a nice little benefit. But I'm not thrilled about what I see with the Jets. We'll see what happens with Garrett Wilson. Does Breece Hall have a little bit of a resurrection to be one of the stalwarts in the league out of the backfield? Tight end is kind of uninspiring, really. I mean, you're going to really have to start Mason Taylor, the second-round rookie. I don't know. I don't see it. Convince me otherwise.
So they have the running backs to replicate what Aaron Glenn wants to do, right? He wants to establish it some more. But then he wants to play good defense. Steve Wilkes is a phenomenal defensive coordinator in this league. That is a fantastic pickup from Aaron Glenn to add to his coaching staff. And that defense is not devoid of talent, right? Will McDonald IV is on that line. Quinton Williams is on that line. Quincy Williams, his brother, is linebacker. Jermaine Johnson should be returning from injury. They still have Sauce Gardner on the outside. I think this defense is going to be as good as it was before they fired Robert Saleh. Let's not forget, that defense was pretty fucking good last year, and then they fired Robert Saleh because Woody Johnson exists. Does he still exist? Yes. So they could very well fire Steve Wilkes in week 6. I would advise against it, but Woody Johnson exists. So yes, maybe my point could be neutralized with my own point. But look, Garrett Wilson, fantastic receiver. Justin Fields provided DJ Moore his best receiving season, right? So let's not get it twisted like Justin Fields isn't going to be able to be productive with him, right? Breece Hall and Braylon Allen as a two-headed monster. Breece Hall more as the Jahmyr Gibbs pass-catching type. Braylon Allen more as that David Montgomery, I'm going to hit you in the goddamn mouth type, is perfect for this New York Jets offense. This team plays a very easy schedule. Inkstrand, I promise you, he's going to start getting buzz as potential head coach candidate from a scheming perspective, right? Do I think he deserves it? No, but there is just a certain chain of people you have to follow, and those offensive coordinators will always get buzz. Justin Fields, if he's healthy, more often than not, puts together a 500 season. When he's healthy. The problem is he misses a lot, and yes, he already hurt his toe in training camp. I'm betting on 17 games from Justin Fields. I'm betting on 17 games from Justin Fields this year, and I think Justin Fields is going to be phenomenal from that perspective, in my opinion. I think Justin Fields is going to have a good year. Maybe fantasy-wise, maybe being able to keep this team in games, maybe 500, sure. Am I convinced that he's going to be a top 16 starter in this league? I mean, no, nobody's crazy enough to go on that limb anymore. But I think the Jets are more steady right now than the Dolphins. And the Dolphins pass catchers and offensive weapons have more juice, quote unquote, right? That's expecting Tyreek Hill to get back to normal. What if Tyreek Hill doesn't get back to normal? He is a 32-year-old wide receiver who was like 60% less productive from the year prior, and he played all 17 games. It's going to be fascinating to watch the difference between this Miami and Jets team. I think they're trending in opposite directions, and I think Aaron Glenn is going, and he's more, and this is more of the intangibles conversation that we were discussing with the Dolphins, right? He's going to have this defense believing this offense is going to play together. He's going to have them all buying into a system, a scheme, and working together towards one goal. So I'm not picking them to make the playoffs by any goddamn means. I am picking them to go over 5.5. I am picking them to finish third. I have finally convinced myself. I think this is a 6 or 7 win team, and they finish better than the Miami Dolphins. First of all, I'm picking them third, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go run out and tell all your friends that I'm gassing up the New York Jets. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying they'll be better than we are going to give them credit for because they have the stink of the New York Jets.
So you said the Jets will get 6 wins? Is that what I heard?
6 or 7, yeah.
And so you're saying Miami's going to be getting 5-ish or less?
Yeah, I do. I think Miami is going to have a top 5 pick this year, and it's going to be fascinating what they do with Tua.
Tua might be dead on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope not, but
also correct.
I don't think anybody in the sports world last year was like, yeah, Tua, come back. It was like, all right, dude, like you've had your fun, step away. And here he is again, year 5 or whatever. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just like you said, the stink of the Jets, where it's just perpetually bad. They find a way to be the Jets.
It's fair. It's fair, brother.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Justin Fields, but I do kind of root for him a bit because I think he's had the short straw. I mean, you start out in Chicago with no help and a terrible head coach, and then you go to Pittsburgh and you start showing something, and they decide, yeah, but we want Russ. We want Russ to take over. But I'm winning you games. I'm 4-2. What are we doing? Yeah, well, we think we can do better. Apparently you can't. So I root for Justin Fields. I don't know. Maybe I'll be shocked when they win 7 games. I have them win on the over for 5.5. I will say that, but I don't see them approaching 500. I think they're more of a
7-10.
Yeah, 7-10 kind of team.
I mean, I'm saying the same thing. I'm just saying it more positively.
Same result, different roads.
Yeah. I'm just being more, hey, they did pretty good, and you're doing like, fuck them, they ain't shit.
I think they could be really dangerous. We'll see what happens this year and how much continuity they have the next year. But yeah, if they get some true world beaters on the defensive side, obviously you got Sauce. If they can get a pass rush outside of Quinnen Williams, if Will McDonald can make that second-year leap, then okay, yeah, maybe they can start causing a little bit of noise. But until I see that, nah.
Eric, give us your unbiased, unflinching take on the entire AFC East in 3 minutes or less.
No, I mean, I went chalk. I got the Bills. It's like the New England Patriots of yesteryear. They're going to run this division for a while. Would be nice to see the Patriots kind of get back in that with Vrabel at the helm, and Drake May looks real nice, real saucy. So we'll see how it goes. You guys kept talking about Sauce Gardner like he's some sort of special talent, but I think he's overrated. Overrated and washed, and then we'll
be top 3 corner.
And I'll be rooting for Justin Fields to do great things, but I think both the Dolphins and the Jets will finish with 4 to 5 wins. And yeah, that's all I got. I went chalk on my finishing order though. But I don't know. I could easily see the Jets supplanting the Dolphins for third. I could see it the other way. Tua needs to retire. Tyreek Hill should get traded to Buffalo. You know what I mean? Big arm, fast guy. Then
in division trade is,
and then he helps him get over his old team.
A number 1 wide receiver in Buffalo?
Say less, dude.
What are you talking about? They have Khalil Shakir, bro.
Yeah. I actually don't have a lot of dislike for this division. I think you got 2 scrub teams that are irrelevant, and one that's on the bounce back and one that's been really good for a while. So
we still talking about the AFC East or the NFC East?
Anyway, I do think Josh Allen's the face of the NFL, and as much as people,
the face of the NFL.
I think they're okay. I think they really want him to be the face of the NFL.
Hold on, you said Josh Downs. Are we still talking about Josh Downs?
I said Josh Allen.
He said Josh Allen.
I said Josh Allen. Why would I be talking about any fourth wide receiver today?
Some random 4th string wide receivers.
That's why I was shook. I was just like, Josh Downs?
Yeah. But Josh Allen's not a bad guy to have be the face. Like, he's personable, he's funny.
Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL, brother.
I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't think he's top 10, to be honest with you.
I think you could argue there's a conglomerate of faces between Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen, Patty, Justin Herbert.
When I think of the Chiefs, I think solely of Andy Reid. All that success is based off Andy Reid. I don't know where all this Patrick Mahomes love comes from, because it ain't him.
I think of Taylor Swift and the referees when I think of the Chiefs.
Yeah. See, nobody ever just thinks this is a good team. They've been bailed out. They've been helped out. They've been crutched to the finish line.
It was 1 year of that. Relax.
Every year.
That's crazy.
You said you wanted a hot take. I had to give you something.
I didn't say give me a hot take.
He said flinching unbiased opinion.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I know, Stephen A. You guys got anything else with the 10s and 10s?
No.
Yeah, we've talked enough. Follow us on Instagram, X, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all things socials and wherever you get your podcasts. For myself, Jermaine Cologne Mendez, for my executive producers, the EP Nutty Putty. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.